Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be making a villager trading hall. Now, there's a lot of people that have been doing this on YouTube recently, but I wanted to try it myself because a lot of other people's designs are just really complicated. They have a lot of redstone, and while I do want something that's effective, I don't want to build something that's an absurd level of complexity. I don't think it's practical for the average player. So these goals might change while I'm designing it, but that's what I'm thinking right now. Let's get into it. So I'm gonna keep the standard 1 block cells for each villager, and I want to have a rail along the top here that dynamically locks and unlocks the cells based off if they're full. Another criteria for this that I would prefer, but I suppose isn't absolutely required, is that I would like no redstone or other ugly components to be showing. I'm thinking have a rail like this along the back, and then we can possibly... Oh wait, no, that's not going to work because they're going to need another one to turn into the side. Get an extra block of space here. I believe I will be able to use redstone power to change the direction of these rails if there's a villager in the spot. Interesting. That is not the direction I placed it. Okay, so it looks like it's biased towards northeast rather than east-south. We're also obviously going to need blocks here to stop the villagers flying in. Oh, and blocks here too, probably, just to be safe. So if powered is going to be the direction that means it's opened, then when there's a villager in here, and let's get a weighted weighted pressure plate, I think. Just in case that has any difference with minecarts. Redstone torch there, then a redstone torch there. No redstone torch on the bottom. That was not the right kind of pressure plate to use. I thought that might have been a better idea since we're using minecarts, and I don't know. I don't think it would actually make a difference. And I just remembered stone pressure plates can't be activated by items. Still don't know what I'm doing actually, because of course a pressure plate is not going to power that. This would be really easy to build on this side with the way the rails are preferring to go. So this won't have to change on the other side. But for here, it needs to be powered when there's nothing on it. Yep, and here's a simple working solution. I just extended this, I just replaced this torch with a redstone dust facing into this block to invert this torch here. Okay, I'm gonna remove the levers and switch them over to the blocks with the power rail. Oops. Alright, now I'm gonna repeat this for all four. All four are done. Let's keep sending villagers into all 4 slots just to make sure it's working. Slot 2. Oh, we ran into a problem. Oh, I see. I forgot to put pressure plates down here. Villager 2, take 2. Good enough. Villager 3. And villager 4. Alright, perfect. Already this is substantially more useful than anything I've built in the past. I usually just do it manually with boats. Now to test this design for the other side. And this works exactly as I expected with the opposite torch design that I had first tried. So this uses this, and this uses this, which uses exactly the same amount of space. Once again, I'm going to repeat this on all 4. I could just stop now and call it a day, because this is already, I think this is pretty useful with the, if you could connect this up to a villager breeder. But there's a couple more things I want to add at least. For example, trapdoors. That way, I mean, I know they're in minecarts, but should you choose to break the minecarts for iron, and you need to take this down for whatever reason, these make it so their heads are actually too tall to fit under a 2-block gap. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this, but I want to figure out a way to get them into a room with a zombie. So first idea I have is replace the pressure plates with a detector rail somehow so that maybe they can be pushed out of their cell and something like this. Then once they're cured, be pushed back in, and since they're not on the pressure plate, the new spot will be open. Yeah, I think that works. The only thing is you need to be careful to not send a villager while one is being cured, because then it won't be placed back in the same spot. It's just how do we get them off of here into here? And this is another concern, is that it won't fit into just a one block space anymore. And yet another issue, the power from the detector rail will change the direction of the rail. Okay, well, this got a lot more complicated than I thought it was going to be. These sections may need to be entirely redesigned. This is going to have to go directly backwards if, yeah, no, that's how it has to be. And then this can go down to zombie area or whatever. Don't need to worry about sending it back up if we use the idea from earlier of just sending it back here. New problem though, how do we get the output from that? So this should be outputting signal, yes. Ideally this stays covered. This may not require too much of a redesign if I use things like glass. Let's place some glass here. Now that won't carry the signal from that, but perhaps this will. No. Okay, didn't think it would. This block might be powered though, and yes, it is. Okay, there should not be any overlap with the redstone. No, I'm sorry. I'm not thinking here, because that's gonna power both sides. I mean, unless it was like an alternating thing like that. And then the next one here. No, it's okay. Celebrated too soon. Let's extend this by one, so this can be a powered rail. Which is already powered because of the thing. I guess that's probably good. Now what I can do is have dust there, a repeater here. Yeah, I think this works. Even with the thing, because then that would cause this one's repeater to be, this one's torch should be right here. But I can make this so that only can do that, right? Wait, what? No. This. And then on this one I can do the same thing. So there's a minecart there, and it's save. Minecart. Oh, perfect. Okay. That's gonna work. Let me just replace these with some nicer blocks, and then I'll repeat this along the whole thing. Alright, maybe it doesn't look as great from the front though, but I think it's not like bad. And there's definitely things we can do about it. I'm gonna try adding some stairs. Yeah, that works. Okay. So send a minecart along, it should go into slot 3. Awesome. I'm surprised I was able to figure this out. This was something I wanted to have at the beginning, and then I saw what I was doing with the pressure plates and stuff, and I thought, no, it's gotta be impossible, right? Since I already used that space for pressure plates, but I forgot that detector rails were a thing, so we have a solution now. We do now need to look at the other side, though. Okay, somehow World didn't copy these torches here, so I need a design that inverts the signal in extra time. Yep, that worked. I can power this with that. You know, might as well switch them on this side too, just so there's less differences between the two directions. I'd like them to be as similar as possible. Next thing, now that this is all working, is to get them to a zombie somehow. Something simple like this will work. Oh, and this is nice. So, as long as it's built facing east, and the zombie thing goes over here, the curves on the rails for it line up nicely. Bring all the villagers over to an area this way. Gonna elevate this a little bit. Only 2 blocks. It's not like it needs to be high. Okay, I think the trap door will work. On that side here. Get a zombie a roof. I put a zombie in here. And then send a villager. And you can. Okay. So, a little compartment like this. Put the zombie back in there. Villager, minecart. We can have a room here. This needs to land on a rail. Let's make it like this, unpowered, with a button. That way the player can press it, and they're ready for the villager to be sent back. None of these are powered either. I think, yeah, when I copied it over here, they weren't powered. I think I may have accidentally deleted yeah, all these torches somehow. This is quite easy maintenance too. These 2 blocks here can be completely ripped out. I think I thought the zombie thing was the last part, but really the last part is having a way to send it out that way. Alright, so is there a way to push them down that isn't break a hole inside and run? I think there must be. My first thought was to, well, what if we use pistons? But that would push the blocks, not the entities, too. And you have these pistons here. That looks horrible. Well, it really wouldn't be the worst. No, but you wouldn't break it from the side. Okay, let me see about this. I think I have an idea. What I'm gonna end up doing, you break the thing, you push it, you put it back. Doesn't take long. Alright, villager. What? Go, 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 go. Alright, this V4 filled. This should go out. Yep, alright. Let's send this villager for conversion. Off he goes. And he goes back to the first available spot. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna call this finished. I want to say thank you to everyone who's watched this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.